Hey everyone, in this video, we'll uncover the most valuable Abraham Lincoln steel penny you should be on the lookout for. Started. We'll break down why the 1943 Lincoln steel penny remains one of the most talked about coins in American history. And many collectors are still surprised when they first learn why this unusual silver-colored cent was created. When you look at the 1943 penny without a mint mark, you are looking at a coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint during one of the most intense periods of World War II. Copper was urgently needed for ammunition, communication equipment, and military wiring. So the United States Mint had to find a quick alternative metal to keep penny production going. Their solution was a steel core plated with a thin layer of zinc, giving the coin its bright gray appearance. Even today, these coins feel different in the hand, lighter than the regular bronze cents that came before and after. They are also magnetic, which is unusual for us pennies and adds to their character. Although more than 1 billion steel cents were produced across all three mints, the no mint mark 1943 penny from Philadelphia is the most common. But common does not mean boring. When the coin survives in higher grades, like extra fine, it becomes a charming collectible that shows crisp detail from a time when many coins circulated heavily. An extra fine example still displays sharp definition in Abraham Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat. On the reverse, the wheat stalks remain firm and well-shaped, and the lettering is bold with only light, even wear. It is a grade that strikes a perfect balance. Noticeably circulated, but still full of life. Collectors often ask how much a 1943 steel penny without a mint mark is worth in today's market if it is in extra fine condition. The price is not high, but it is steady, and it reflects the strong interest that exists for wartime coins. In the current market, an extra fine 1943 no mint mark steel penny usually sells for around $1 to $3. Depending on eye appeal, brightness of the zinc coating, and whether the surface has any staining or small spots of rust, because steel cents are prone to developing tiny dark marks over the decades. A clean, extra fine example looks especially attractive to buyers. While this coin may not be rare, it remains an affordable gateway into the world of American numismatics. Another factor that influences value is whether the coin has been preserved naturally or was cleaned in the past. Cleaning may brighten the metal for a moment, but it often leaves hairline scratches and can lower the desirability of the coin. Collectors usually prefer original surfaces, even if they show gentle aging. If you have a steel penny you think might be valuable, the best practice is to leave it as is and evaluate it with proper lighting. Many people also use a simple magnet test. A genuine 1943 steel cent will cling to a magnet instantly. This is helpful not only for confirming authenticity, but also for identifying altered coins that were plated to trick new collectors, while the regular 1943 no mint mark steel penny in extra fine condition is worth only a few dollars. The series itself contains some of the most valuable errors in American coinage. A small number of 1943 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover bronze planchettes instead of steel. Those rare bronze 1943 cents have sold for tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at major auctions. That is why so many people check their 1943 pennies carefully, hoping they might have one of those legendary mistakes. But the true bronze error will not stick to a magnet, and it will weigh slightly more than the steel version. Even though most people do not find the rare error, the story adds excitement and mystery to the standard 1943 penny. Next up, the 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark is a coin that represents both historical significance and the enduring appeal of the Lincoln cent series, struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This penny is part of the wheat cent series that began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1950, the United States was in the early post-war period, experiencing economic growth and social change and pennies like this one circulated widely in everyday life. Made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The coin has a warm reddish-brown tone that often darkens over decades, giving it character and a sense of history. In today's market, a 1950 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition with some scratches generally has a modest value. Because the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these coins, they are relatively common, and circulated examples are readily available for collectors. Typically, coins in this grade sell for around 15 to 35 cents, depending on surface quality, color, and eye appeal. Coins with cleaner surfaces or more attractive reddish-brown tones may command slightly higher prices, while heavily scratched or worn coins remain at the lower end of the range. Uncirculated examples of the 1950 penny, which retained full detail and original mint luster, are considerably more valuable, often fetching several dollars depending on certification and grading. However, coins in fine condition with minor scratches offer an accessible way for collectors to acquire a piece of history. These coins provide a tangible link to the era, showing how pennies were used in everyday life and how the Lincoln cent design endured through decades of circulation. The natural patina that develops over time, along with the reddish-brown color, adds visual appeal and a sense of authenticity. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny is also significant because it represents the continuity of the Lincoln cent series. Introduced in 1909, the Lincoln portrait remained largely unchanged, while the wheat cent reverse, used until 1958, provided a classic and elegant design. Each coin tells a story of the people and transactions it has been part of. The scratches, wear, and toning reflect the coin's long journey through time, adding character and historical context. That makes it more than just a collectible object. Collectors value 1950 Lincoln pennies without a mint mark for both their historical context and role in completing Philadelphia mint sets, even in fine condition. These coins are sought after by collectors who wish to build full-date sets or who appreciate coins from the post-war period. The reddish-brown color and remaining design details make the coin visually appealing, while the scratches and wear provide a tangible connection to its past. In conclusion, the 1950 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, in fine condition with some scratches, is a historically meaningful coin with modest monetary value. Its market value in today's dollars typically ranges from $35,000, with slightly higher prices possible for coins with more attractive surfaces or better coloration. While not rare, it provides a tangible connection to the Philadelphia Mint, the post-war era, and the enduring Lincoln cent series. Next up, the 194 3D Lincoln steel penny is a fascinating piece of American history and a remarkable reminder of the challenges faced by the country. During World War II, in 1943, the United States Mint made a major change in the composition of its pennies. Copper, which had traditionally been used for coins, was urgently needed for military equipment and ammunition, so pennies were temporarily struck on zinc-coated steel planchettes. These steel cents had a distinctive silver-gray color and a lighter weight than the familiar bronze pennies. They were also magnetic, which makes them easy to identify with a simple magnet test. The 1943D coin, struck at the Denver Mint, represents one of the three main mints producing these steel pennies, with the D mint mark distinguishing it from those made in Philadelphia and San Francisco. While the 1943 steel cents are not particularly rare in general, coins from the Denver Mint in good condition still hold appeal for collectors. A coin described as being in good condition shows visible signs of circulation. The high points of Abraham Lincoln's portrait are slightly worn, and the wheat stalks on the reverse have flattened edges. There may be scratches or minor marks on the surface, reflecting decades of use. Despite these imperfections, the coin retains its historical significance and the main details of its design, making it collectible. The presence of scratches or light surface where it does not dramatically reduce its value in the world of common steel cents. Though eye appeal can influence what collectors are willing to pay, the value of a 1943D steel penny in good condition is modest but consistent. In today's market, a circulated example with light scratches typically sells for around 20 to 50 cents. Coins that are slightly cleaner or have more detail may reach up to $1 or slightly more. But they rarely fetch high prices unless they are in extremely fine or uncirculated condition. The main reason for this is that the Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of 1943D steel pennies. So even coins with some wear remain fairly common. Collectors often seek these coins for completing sets rather than as high-value individual pieces. The story behind the coin is what gives it special interest, even with scratches. A 1943D steel penny provides a tangible connection to a unique moment in history. It reflects the wartime economy and the creative solutions used by the U.S. Mint to meet the demand for coinage while conserving copper for essential wartime materials. The coin's silver-gray appearance stands out among other Lincoln cents, and its lightweight and magnetic properties make it instantly recognizable. Many collectors enjoy handling these coins and comparing them to the bronze cents that came before and after 1943, appreciating the contrast in color, texture, and history for those building a collection of Lincoln wheat pennies or exploring World War II era numismatics. The 1943D steel penny is an essential piece. It is accessible to nearly every collector because of its low price point. Yet it carries a story that elevates it above mere pocket change. While coins in mint state can be worth significantly more, even a circulated example with scratches has collectible value. It can be an engaging starting point for discussions about wartime coinage, the evolution of minting materials, and the history of the Denver Mint. Next up, the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny with D Mint. Mark is a coin that captures both historical significance and collectible appeal. Struck at the Denver Mint, this penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1942, the United States was deeply involved in World War II. And coins like this circulated widely in everyday transactions, passing through pockets, cash registers, and coin jars across the nation. Composed of bronze to 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this coin has a warm reddish-brown color that often darkens with age, giving it character and a sense of history. The D Mint mark below the date identifies it as a Denver Mint issue, which is an important detail for collectors seeking coins from different mints. A coin in fine condition shows noticeable wear but retains the main design features. On the obverse, Lincoln's portrait is clearly recognizable, though the finer details in his hair, beard, and coat are smoothed from years of circulation. The reverse features the classic wheat ears framing the denomination. And while the high points are worn, the lettering and overall design remain legible. Minor scratches and surface marks are common for coins of this age and condition, reflecting decades of use. While these scratches may slightly reduce eye appeal, they do not diminish the coin's historical significance or value to collectors building a Denver Mint set. In today's market, a 1942D Lincoln wheat penny in fine condition with some scratches has a modest but consistent value. Because millions were struck at the Denver Mint, the coin is not rare, but collectors often seek it to complete day-tan mint sets. Typical market prices for circulated coins in this condition range from around 15 to 40 cents, depending on the quality of the surfaces, coloration, and overall eye appeal. Coins with better color, cleaner surfaces, or fewer scratches may command slightly higher prices. But even modestly worn examples remain accessible to most collectors. Uncirculated examples of the 1942D Lincoln penny, which retain full mint luster and sharp detail, are considerably more valuable, often selling for several dollars depending on grading and certification. However, coins in fine condition with minor scratches provide an affordable way for collectors to obtain a piece of history. They offer a tangible connection to the early 1940s and the circulation of pennies during a significant period in American history. The reddish-brown toning of the coin enhances its visual appeal and authenticity. The 1942D penny also represents continuity in the Lincoln cent design. Introduced in 1909, Lincoln's portrait remained largely unchanged, while the wheat cent reverse, in use until 1958, gave the series its classic look. Each coin tells a story about the people and transactions it has passed through, and the wear and scratches are a testament to its long life. These imperfections provide character and historical authenticity, making it more than just a collectible. It is a piece of everyday history. Collectors value 1942D Lincoln pennies for their historical context and role in completing Denver Mint sets, even in fine condition with scratches. These coins offer insight into coinage, circulation, and daily life during World War II. The reddish-brown coloration and remaining quill details make the coin appealing to collectors, while the scratches reflect its journey through time. In conclusion, the 1942 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with D mint mark in fine condition with some scratches is a modestly valued but historically significant coin. Its market value today generally ranges from $15,000, with slightly higher prices possible for coins with better surfaces or more attractive coloration. Next up, the 1935 Lincoln wheat penny is a coin that carries with it a tangible piece of American history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this penny represents a period when the country was emerging from the Great Depression, and every coin in circulation tells a story of daily life, commerce, and survival during challenging times. The 1935 penny was made from bronze, composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a warm, rich color that has aged over decades to a deeper patina in most circulated examples. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter, a standard size that has made it easily recognizable for generations of collectors. Despite its common production, the 1935 penny retains historical significance and remains a favorite for both novice and experienced collectors. In today's market, the 1935 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition typically has a modest but steady value. Most circulated examples sell for approximately 25 to 60 cents, with many transactions occurring around 35 cents. Coins that exhibit better than average preservation, with attractive color and well-defined details, may command slightly higher prices, up to 50 or 60 cents. While the coin is not rare, its value is influenced by its condition, eye appeal, and completeness of the design features. Collectors often acquire these coins to complete date sets or to explore the history of Lincoln pennies over the decades, making even a circulated example a valuable addition to a collection. Uncirculated 1935 pennies, which show no wear and retain their original mint luster, are more valuable, with prices ranging from a few dollars up to $6 or more depending on certification and grading. However, for a coin in extra fine condition with light scratches, the value remains modest, reflecting the balance between preservation and circulation. Even so, these coins remain accessible and affordable, allowing collectors of all levels to enjoy a tangible piece of history without a significant financial investment beyond the monetary value. A 1935 Lincoln wheat penny offers a direct connection to the past. It is a reminder of the era in which it circulated, an era of recovery and resilience. The wear and scratches on the coin tell stories of countless hands that used it in daily transactions, of goods bought and sold, and of people who may never have imagined that the coin would survive nearly a century. This connection to history is what gives the coin its enduring appeal, making it more than just a collectible. It is a piece of everyday American life from 1935. For collectors, The 1935 wheat penny is an essential part of building a complete Lincoln cent collection. It is a coin that bridges generations, offering insight into the design, composition, and circulation practices of the early 20th century. Even with scratches and signs of wear, it holds value as both a collectible and a historical artifact. Its modest market price makes it accessible, while its story and design make it meaningful. In conclusion, the 1935 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition with some scratches is a coin of both historical significance and modest monetary value. Next up, the 1919 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is a small yet fascinating piece of American history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, it is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1919, the United States was emerging from World War I, and pennies like this were essential in everyday transactions, passing through countless hands and pockets, cash registers, and savings jars. Made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this coin has a warm reddish-brown tone that develops depth with age, giving it both character and a tangible connection to the past. In today's market, a 1919 wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition with some scratches carries modest but notable value. While this coin was produced in large quantities, making it relatively common, collectors seek it to complete date sets or to acquire well-preserved examples from the early Lincoln cent series. Typical sale values for circulated 1919 pennies range from a few cents for heavily worn examples to around $1 to $3 for coins in extra fine condition with light scratches and attractive surfaces. Coins with cleaner surfaces or more vivid reddish-brown tones can command slightly higher prices, but even those with minor blemishes remain accessible for collectors seeking to build or expand their collections. Uncirculated examples of the 1919 penny are far more valuable, particularly when certified by a recognized grading service. Mint state coins with strong luster, sharp details, and minimal handling marks often sell for significantly higher prices, sometimes reaching tens of dollars depending on the exact grade and visual appeal. However, an extra fine coin with light scratches still offers a tangible connection to history, allowing collectors to own a piece of the early 20th century without the premium of a certified mint state coin. The 1919 penny also represents continuity in the Lincoln cent series. Introduced in 1909, Lincoln's portrait remained largely unchanged, while the wheat cent reverse, used until 1958, provided a simple yet elegant design that became a hallmark of U.S. coinage. Each coin in this series tells a story of the era in which it circulated, from the everyday purchases it facilitated to the historical events it witnessed. The scratches and wear, far from diminishing its significance, add character and illustrate the coin's resilience over more than a century. Collector's value 1919. Lincoln pennies without mint marks, not only for their monetary value, but also for their historical context and role in completing full-date collections. Even coins with some scratches offer insight into circulation patterns and the material history of American currency. The reddish-brown toning, combined with remaining design details, provides aesthetic appeal while preserving the coin's narrative as an artifact of its time. Next up, the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny is a coin that represents both the enduring design of the Lincoln cent and a glimpse into American life at the end of the 1930s. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it bears no mint mark. This penny is composed of bronze, made from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a warm reddish-brown color that often deepens with age. Weighing just over 3 grams and measuring 19 millimeters across, it has circulated in countless pockets, cash registers, and coin jars, making it a tangible link to the everyday history of the United States during that period. The value of a 1939 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in very fine condition today is modest but stable. Most circulated examples with similar wear and some minor scratches typically trade for around 30 to 75 cents. Coins that show slightly better detail, cleaner surfaces, or more attractive color can command values closer to $1. While not rare, these pennies are valued by collectors who want to complete a full set of Lincoln cents, or who appreciate coins from this period of American history. The price reflects both the coin's historical interest and the fact that millions were minted that year, making it widely available but still collectible. Uncirculated examples of the 1939 Lincoln cent, with no signs of wear and original mint luster, are considerably more valuable, often selling for several dollars depending on the grading service and certification. However, coins in very fine condition with some scratches, while not commanding high prices, are more accessible to collectors and provide an affordable way to obtain a piece of history. They serve as an entry point into coin collecting, particularly for those interested in the Lincoln wheat cent series, which spans decades and includes many iconic coins. The 1939 penny is also significant because it represents the continuity of the Lincoln design, which was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Despite being in circulation for many years, this design remained largely unchanged, allowing collectors to trace the subtle variations and wear patterns across decades. Each coin tells a story, not only about its own survival, but about the lives it touched, the transactions it facilitated, and the world it circulated in. Even scratches and marks contribute to this narrative. Offering a glimpse into its long history, collectors appreciate the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny for both its historical and aesthetic value. Its moderate wear makes it approachable, and its long-standing design connects it to over a century of American coinage. While it is not a high-value coin in monetary terms, it is a meaningful addition to a collection because of its durability, recognizability, and place within the Lincoln cent series. Coins in very fine condition strike a balance between showing evidence of use and retaining much of their original charm. First up, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is a coin that holds a special place in American numismatic history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, it is one of the final issues of the wheat cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's centennial. By 1958, the United States had experienced a period of post-war growth and stability, and pennies like this one circulated widely in everyday transactions. The coin is made of bronze, composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a warm reddish-brown tone that often deepens with age. The brown color shade on this coin adds character and highlights its long history in circulation, making it appealing to collectors who appreciate natural toning. A coin in very fine condition shows moderate wear, but most of the design details are still visible. On the obverse, Lincoln's portrait remains clear, with most of his facial features, hair, and beard still well defined, though slight smoothing appears on the higher points. The reverse, featuring the iconic wheat ears framing the denomination, retains much of its original detail, and the lettering is fully legible. Minor scratches or surface marks are common in coins that have circulated for decades and reflect the coin's journey through time. While these scratches slightly reduce aesthetic appeal, they do not diminish the coin's historical significance or its value to collectors completing a wheat cent set. In today's market, a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in very mint condition with some scratches typically has modest value. Because this coin is one of the last in the wheat cent series and was struck in large quantities at the Philadelphia Mint, it is relatively common. Most examples in very fine condition with minor scratches sell for around $25,000. Depending on the coin's color, eye appeal, and surface quality, Coins with more attractive coloration or slightly cleaner surfaces can command prices approaching $1. But the majority remain affordable for most collectors. Uncirculated examples of the 1958 penny, which retain their original mint luster and sharp detail, are considerably more valuable, often selling for a few dollars depending on certification and grading. However, coins in very fine condition with light scratches provide an accessible way to collect a piece of history. They offer a tangible connection to the last year of the wheat cent series and the everyday circulation of pennies in mid-20th century America. The brown toning of the coin enhances its visual appeal and gives it a sense of age and authenticity. The 1958 penny is historically significant because it marks the final year of the wheat cent series, which would be replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial reverse design. Collectors often seek coins from this year to complete full-date sets, and even circulated coins in very fine condition are valuable for completing collections. Each coin tells a story of the era in which it circulated, and the scratches, wear, and brown coloration add character, reflecting decades of handling and exposure to different environments. Collectors value 1958 Lincoln wheat pennies, without a mint mark for both their historical context and role in completing sets. Even in very fine condition with minor scratches, these coins offer insight into coinage, circulation, and the enduring popularity of Lincoln's image on American currency. The reddish-brown tone and remaining design details make the coin attractive to collectors who appreciate both history and aesthetics. Next up, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny is a coin that captures a piece of American history from the post-war era. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin does not bear a mint mark, and it belongs to the final decade of the wheat cent series, which began in 1909. By 1958, the United States was experiencing a period of growth and prosperity, and pennies like this one were a common part of everyday transactions, circulating in pockets, cash registers, and coin jars across the nation. The coin is composed of bronze made from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a warm brown tone that often deepens with age and exposure to the environment. The brown color shade on this coin adds character and reflects its long history, as well as the natural toning that occurs over decades of circulation. In today's market, a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition typically has a modest value. Most examples with wear and some scratches are worth around 15 to 30 cents, depending on the quality of the surfaces and the depth of the brown toning. Coins that display more attractive coloration or have fewer marks may reach slightly higher prices, but the 1958 penny is relatively common, and even circulated examples are easy for collectors to obtain. The value is primarily driven by its condition, overall appearance, and place within a complete Lincoln cent collection, while uncirculated 1958 pennies, which retain their original luster and sharp detail, can be worth a few dollars. Coins in fine condition are more accessible to collectors, offering an affordable way to own a piece of history. The brown coloration of the coin adds visual interest and is often preferred by collectors who appreciate natural toning, which highlights the coin's age and journey through circulation. Even minor scratches and surface marks contribute too. The story reminding us that this penny was a part of daily life over 60 years ago. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny also represents the final years of the wheat cent series, which would end in 1958 and be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. Owning a coin from the last year of this long-running design provides a sense of historical continuity and connection to more than half a century of American coinage. Collectors often seek these late-date wheat pennies to complete their sets, and even coins in circulated condition play an important role in documenting the series' history. Despite its modest monetary value, the 1958 penny is rich in historical significance. It reflects a time of economic growth, everyday life in mid-20th century America, and the ongoing legacy of the Lincoln cent. Coins in fine condition, with a brown color shade and some scratches, remain approachable for beginning collectors, providing a tangible link to the past without requiring a large financial investment. The coin's imperfections tell a story, showing the wear and use that it experienced over decades, while its design preserves the familiar imagery of Lincoln and the wheat ears, a design beloved by generations. In conclusion, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition, featuring a brown color shade and some scratches, is a modestly valued but historically meaningful coin. Its current market value is generally around 15 to 30 cents, reflecting its circulated state and common availability. Beyond price, it provides a direct connection to American history, the daily lives of people in the 1950s, and the final years of the wheat cent series. Collectors value it for its accessibility, historical context, and place within the broader Lincoln cent collection. Even with wear and minor imperfections, the 1958 wheat penny remains a significant and tangible piece of American numismatic history, linking the present to a bygone era. Next up, the 1937 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is a coin that reflects both history and the enduring appeal of the Lincoln cent series, struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This penny is part of a series that began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1937, the United States was gradually recovering from the Great Depression, and coins like this one circulated widely in everyday life, passing through countless hands in purchases, savings, and collections. Made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, this coin has a warm reddish-brown tone that often develops a darker patina over decades, giving it character and a tangible sense of age. In today's market, a 1937 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition with some scratches has modest but steady value. While this coin is relatively common due to the large mintage at the Philadelphia Mint, collectors still seek examples in higher grades to complete date sets or to acquire well-preserved mid-20th century pennies. Sale prices for coins in this condition typically range from around 50 cents to $2, depending on the surface quality, coloration, and eye appeal. Coins with particularly attractive reddish-brown color and minimal blemishes may command slightly higher prices, but even those with minor scratches remain accessible to collectors of all levels. Uncirculated examples of the 1937 penny, which retain full mint luster and sharp details, are significantly more valuable and often sell for several dollars depending on grading and certification. However, coins in extra fine condition with minor scratches still provide an affordable and historically significant way for collectors to own a tangible piece of the past. They reflect the everyday life of Americans during the late 1930s and the continuity of Lincoln's iconic portrait on U.S. coinage. The 1937 penny also holds historical significance as part of the wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. The Lincoln portrait remained largely unchanged during this period, while the wheat cent reverse became a hallmark of U.S. coin design. Each coin tells a story of the time it circulated, from the transactions it facilitated to the historical events it silently witnessed. The wear, scratches, and patina on a coin like this do not diminish its value. Rather, they add character and authenticity, giving collectors a sense of connection to the past. Collectors. 1937 Lincoln pennies without mint marks for both their historical context and their role in completing Philadelphia Mint sets, even in extra fine condition with scratches. These coins are desirable for those looking to build comprehensive collections or to appreciate coins from the pre-World War II era. The reddish-brown coloration, remaining details, and subtle imperfections make the coin visually appealing while also telling the story of its decades-long circulation. In conclusion, the 1937 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark in extra, fine condition with some scratches, is a historically significant coin with modest monetary value. Its current market value generally ranges from $200, depending on surface quality, coloration, and eye appeal. While not rare, it serves as a tangible connection to the Philadelphia Mint, the late 1930s, and the enduring Lincoln cent series. Its wear and scratches tell the story of decades in circulation, while its design preserves the iconic image of Lincoln and the wheat ears. For collectors, this coin offers both accessibility and historical interest, making it a meaningful addition to any Lincoln penny collection and a small but important piece of American numismatic history.